I would like to welcome you to Water Your Soil. So this video is gonna be about how much you should spend on your secured credit card. Basically, your utilization. How much of your credit limit should you spend on your secured credit card? And the inspiration behind making this video is, a couple of videos I've been seeing, as well as a couple of comments that I've been seeing in previous posts that I have did previous videos, in particular videos on secure credit cards that I have done over the last 7 months or so. So, I've been seeing comments like, well, you telling people 10%, but actually you could spend more than 10% utilization of your credit limit as long as you pay your balance down to 10% before your closing date. And then I hear, well, you should ask for an increase on your secured credit card and put $1,000 down if it's only $200 and things of that nature. And I really don't have anything to argue against that. Everyone could give their own advice. However, I'm speaking from the place of someone who has done this. I've done this. It's not like I watched a video on YouTube and heard someone else give me advice on a secured credit card. Listen, I got a Discover secured credit card back when Discover first started offering, during those times, around the time where it wasn't much advice about a Discover secured credit card. It was only one lady whose information was searchable that was posting information about the Discover credit card, Discover secured credit card, and this wasn't even on YouTube. That's how new the card was. So that's back when I got the Discover secured credit card. Now, as I stated before in my previous videos, I speak from a place of experience. I don't speak on someone else's experience. I can't speak on a video that I saw on YouTube or watched on YouTube and heard some YouTuber or some person on Clubhouse or anywhere state their opinion and their experience with a secured credit card. That's not what you get here. You get pure experience. I started out with a Discover secured credit card. In actuality, other than the Best Buy store credit card that I had, in order to start my journey, the Discover It secured credit card was the first secured credit card I ever had. I had a credit limit of $200, not $500, not $600, not $700, not $1,000, not $1,500, $200. I did what I taught myself to do and what I read about back then, as far as, making sure I keep my utilization low. Back then, everyone was telling everyone to keep the utilization under 30%, which is cool. Guess what? I decided on my own, not from advice that I listened to on the internet, because as I stated, it wasn't much advice about the Discover secured credit cards. You guys have to remember, secured credit cards haven't been around that long. They've been around years now, but not long at all. So when I was going through my journey with the Discover It secured credit card, I decided on my own to keep my utilization under 10%. So that means I was spending no more than $20 a month on my secured credit card. Now I want to address something in regards to, this channel and people saying, well, why don't I tell people to spend more than 10% as long as they pay the money down, pay the bill down, the card down before the closing date? Because I don't want to confuse people. If people are looking at a secured credit card video, more than likely they need help with their credit. They're starting over. They're trying to build up their credit score. If they're looking at a secured credit card video, more than likely they're from a position of trying to build their credit up and start over. I'm not into confusing people and making things difficult for people. So I tell them, keep your utilization under 10%. Yes, you can have a utilization higher than 10%, but for the best results for your credit score, keep your utilization under 10%. I said this in countless amounts of videos, and people want to argue and they say, oh, well, you can't have it over 10% and long as you pay it down. I'm not here to confuse people. Got to understand, I worked my way up to excellent credit over the years. It wasn't overnight. So during those years when I worked my way up, I did everything you're talking about. Everything. I tried everything and I saw what worked the best. And this is the advice I'm giving. What worked the best. I didn't get to the 800s off of just, following what everyone on YouTube said and just going by what they said. I had to figure out what worked the best for my credit report, which is the same thing I tell you all. Once you learn the rules of credit and the strategies and the concept of credit, you have to work your credit report to what works the best for your credit report. What gets you the best results for your credit score? I could give you all the advice in the world. People on YouTube and on Clubhouse and anywhere, Instagram, we all could give you all of the advice in the world. But as I always state, every credit report is different. So once you learn how to manage your utilization and the things that affect your score and make your score go up and make your score go down, once you learn all of that, you're going to learn that your way of maintaining and raising your credit score may be different than the next person. Of course, credit has rules. So there are rules that you have to follow. However, your way is your way and is gonna be based on your credit report. So if you ask me, how should you manage your secured credit card, I'm gonna give you the advice that I took. That's what I'm gonna go on. My own advice from my own experience. My secured credit card with Discover and my other secured credit card, they both graduated within a year's time frame. And I got my money back just like everyone for the most part does when their secured card graduate. So when I give advice, I speak from a place of experience. I'm not speaking on something that I didn't experience. Like I said before in a previous video, I don't believe in teaching someone how to swim across the pond and back if I never done it myself. That's not where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from that place. I know that's common, pretty common on the internet and social media, someone giving advice off of something they heard, not experienced, and that's fine. However, over here at Water Your Soil, if I give out advice, as I stated in my last video that I posted, where you see me with the orange golf hat, in my last video, as I stated, 9 times out of 10, or 9.9 times out of 10, the advice that I'm giving, I experienced. So, when it comes to utilization for your secured credit card, my advice to you is to keep your utilization below 10%. I'm not going to tell you, hey, spend extra money until, it gets close to your closing date, then pay it down. And I'm not telling you all that. If your credit limit is $200, spend $20 or less every month and pay it off. If it's $500, spend $50 a month or less and pay it off the next month. And whatever it is, whatever your credit limit is, spend 10% of that or less and pay it off. That's my advice to you. What everyone else says, they can say whatever. You can take their advice, but I got good results from this, so that's my advice to you. I'm not saying that my advice is the best advice, nor am I saying my advice is perfect, but I'm going off of the results that I got. I achieved excellent credit and an 800 credit score off of the experience. So that's what I'm sharing with you all. So when it comes to, what you should have as far as your credit limit, your utilization, and all of those things for your secured credit card, I graduated my secured credit card with a $200 credit limit. Now that was me. You know, maybe you want to spend more money. But this also brings me to the point of this. A secured credit card, and I said this in the previous video. If you ever look back about three videos ago where I mentioned secured credit cards. A secured credit card is strictly to build up your credit score, and it's like JV trying to make varsity. Nothing else. Be patient. Take that year or that 8 months or however long it takes for you to graduate. Learn about utilization. Learn about credit. You know, someone says, should they increase their credit? Should they increase their credit limit? And my advice is going to be no. Of course, someone else might say yeah, but I'm going to say no. If your credit limit is $200 with a Discover It secure credit card, you know what you do with that extra $800? Instead of putting it on your credit limit, take that and pay down some of your debt if you have it. That's what you do. More than likely, you have some type of debt, especially if you have a secured credit card. So take that $800 and throw it at debt. Trust me. Throw it at your debt, pay down whatever debt that it is, throw that $800 at it. And that you'll see advantages and increase in your credit score from that. However, as I stated, the secured credit card is to build your credit report, help increase your credit score, and prove to the lender that you can manage having a credit card. It's not about going out and renting cars and spending more money and going shopping. You can use your cash for that. Use your cash. Use your debit card for that. Just for a year or whatever it takes for your secure card to graduate. Once your secure card graduate, then you can do whatever you want with your credit card. You can ask for credit limit increase. You can do whatever because it's unsecured. However, during this period, my best advice for you, I don't care what everyone else says. You can take their advice if you want. But my best advice for you during the period of, you know, when you got your first secured credit card and up until it graduates, follow the rules. View it strictly as a secured credit card, whether your credit limit is $200, $500, $1,000, whatever. Keep your utilization under 10% and watch your card graduate. It's no guarantee. I'm not going to guarantee you anything on this channel, but I have seen time and time again and have helped people time and time again, and it works. That's what advice I'm giving you, advice that works. So I'm going to just leave it at that. As I stated, this is all subjective. You're going to follow the advice you want. There's tons of credit advice out here. I'm just giving the advice what have helped me over the years. I achieved the 800, above the 800, and I have helped countless amounts of other achieve high 700s and 800s as well. So I'm just going off of experience. So it's up to you which advice you want to take. Like I said, there is no right or wrong to advice. It's all subjective. But when it comes down to it, you're going to have to manage your credit report on your own and have to learn what works for you and what works against you in regards to your credit score. But anyways, if this video has helped you in any way, I ask that you will hit the like button. That's very important because it helps the channel grow. It helps the algorithm push the video out more. It may help other people who are just like you, who want to know what they should do with their secured credit card. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I appreciate you all stopping by. Thank you.